Ms. Phillips, you admit to having a threesome behind the defendant's back and then sleeping with his friend 1 week later.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now you claim you're unsure who fathered your 1-year-old daughter, Brooklyn.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Maltese, you claim you found Ms. Phillips' diary and it contained a full list of potential fathers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you say you're convinced her daughter is not your biological
Yes, Your
child.
Honor.
So, Ms. Phillips, you have no idea who fathered your daughter?
I know that there are 2 other possibilities besides Michael.
You had sex more than twice.
The first
Don't
time,
lie.
I never lied to him, Your Honor. I've never lied. He's a liar. He
I'm a
lied to me
liar.
about his age when we first got together. He lied about cheating on me with another girl. He tossed the girls on the internet. He wants to act all innocent, like he never did anything to me.
Okay. Mr. Maltese, when did you find out about all of this?
Probably back in December of 2011. We broke up, and she came back to me crying, asking me to take her back. But at the time, before she even came back to me, we was at a friend's house, and she yelled at me in front of all my friends and in front of her friends also. That's why I had sex with one of your friends.
She said that out loud.
In front of all my friends.
Yeah.
Embarrassed me, embarrassed herself.
He's done
After
enough
that-
embarrassing me. When I was 3 months pregnant, I let him know that his friend, his potential friend, not the threesome, but his friend was a possibility. We fought about it. He got over it, said he wanted to be there no matter what. And then he blew up on me in a gas station, parking lot, telling me, go be with this guy, go give him oral sex,
Your Honor.
go. And I just basically told him, my kid doesn't need a dad. I didn't need a dad. My daughter doesn't need a dad. You're either gonna be there or you're not.
No. First of all, your child does need a dad.
Well, she
Exactly,
does.
exactly.
But I mean, out of anger in that situation, I was pregnant. He was yelling at me pregnant to go find my real baby daddy.
Because she slept with so many guys.
So wait a minute, Mr.
I even
Maltese,
found
why?
a diary of hers.
I'm sorry?
I found a diary of hers. I go to her house to babysit.
Right.
I had
Okay.
to pay him too.
Her house, they keep their house dirty. They don't clean. I go to my daughter's room, and there's a pile of diapers on the floor in front of her crib. So I clean it up. I happen to find a diary that she wrote. Okay, I go through it because I have a lot of reasons not to believe a word that comes out of her mouth. And I just go through the diary. She has a sex list with 18 to 20 guys that she slept with.
I have my diary
Okay.
right here, Your Honor, with the list of guys I've been with since I lost my virginity. I lost my virginity at 14 years old. I'm 20 years old. I'm 20 years old, and he's talking about the guys that I've been with for 6 years, over 6 years, and
No.
that's my list of
Jerome, let me see this diary.
It's open to the page.
I'm just questioning the guys that I
So
don't
wait a minute
know.
now, wait. Let me see this diary. I want to see what. Okay. All right, there are 18 names listed. Quite a list.
And out of those
It's
18,
color-coded.
2 to 3 of them are my friends that she slept with.
So, Mr. Maltese, you're saying you're over taking care of the child.
Yeah.
That time you think it's your daughter.
Yeah.
So you're over there doing what you feel like you should be doing.
I'm doing what a real man would
And
do.
as you're
Because I
cleaning-
paid him. I had to pay him to come over to babysit his daughter. I don't even pay her babysitter since he's been gone for the last month. I try to give my
What
friend
do you do
money.
for your
Wait,
daughter?
I try to give. What do I do
What do
for
you
her?
do for
I
your
go
daughter?
to work every day. Buy
And what do
her
you do with your
diapers.
paycheck? What do you do with your
I buy her
paychecks?
diapers. I buy her
You don't do
clothes.
nothing.
I buy her food. I pay the bills in my house. You don't do nothing.
You get
What did
welfare.
you do at the beginning of
I
this
don't do
month?
Let's get
nothing.
some control.
I've been there since day one. Paid child support since day one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to understand this diary. First off, Mr. Maltese, you're at the house, obviously watching the baby.
He wrote in my diary
Now,
too.
you're cleaning up and you find this.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you find this, you read it, and what do you discover?
2 of my friends' names. At the time, when we first started, I found the list. And there was about 16 to 17 guys' names on there. After my child was born, I find more names on that list that happen to be my friends.
No.
Okay, after she has sex with
Incorrect.
them, my friends come to me
Incorrect.
and tell me the stories.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Give me a lie detector test right now.
All right, tell me, how did it come to be that you slept with this friend?
I have a calendar right here.
Jerome, will you hand me that
Sure.
calendar? She's prepared.
There you go.
All right. In yellow are the dates you slept with Mr. Maltese.
Yes.
All right, now move forward. On the 12th, in green, you slept with a guy and another girl.
Yes.
So that was unprotected sex on the 12th.
That's the second
Yes.
threesome.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Let me just get through this calendar. I'm going to come straight to you. In blue, the 17th and the 21st are dates you slept with.
His friend.
Both of my friends, not just
No,
one.
the first guy is not his friend. That was my friend's friend, and he's trying to claim him as a friend.
And then out,
Like, go get your
Your
own
Honor-
friends,
all right.
Mike.
Bottom line is outlined in red are the possible dates of conception in which all of these colors are included.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's a hoe, Your Honor.
Wait.
That.
Wait. What'd you say?
I apologize for swearing, Your Honor.
All right, let's use respectful language in the courtroom. The bottom line is when you find out she's pregnant, you know at that time there's a possibility that you may not be the biological
Yes, Your Honor.
father.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. When did you discover that there were multiple potential fathers?
3 to 4 months after my daughter was born is when I find out she had another threesome with another associate of mine.
Okay.
Her and her best friend had multiple.
With
her and her
her-
best friend
with
had
her
three
friend.
best. They had 3 threesomes.
So why did he sign the birth certificate?
Hold on. Before you get to why he didn't do this and he's not the father and he's not this, you've got to take responsibility for the fact that he may not, fully believe he is the child's
My
father.
daughter's a year old. I told him before she was even here.
My point is, if he has doubts, that may affect the way he is present in this child's life. Right or wrong, but that may be the reason. And part of the reason he has the doubt, Ms. Phillips, is because of your actions.
Okay, well, tell me why he signed a declaration of paternity so he could give her his last name. My daughter's name is Brooklyn. He's from New York.
Hold on.
Like, he's
hold
from
on,
Brooklyn. Like, he
hold
wanted to
on,
be there.
Jerome, let me see this evidence.
Up close of his signature.
The reason why I signed that because there was a 50-50 chance between me and some other man that might be her dad.
Okay, so why did you step up to the plate in this way, in this legal
Because that
way?
beautiful girl right there needs a dad. Without me, she ain't gonna have a dad because she don't even know where to find the other guys.
He wants to be with me. He even
don't
tells
wanna
me,
be with
how
you.
can I raise another man's child and I'm not even with the mom? I don't need you. Like,
Why-
I don't need to be with you.
Why
like,
would I wanna
do
be with
you-
a hoe?
Okay, he tells me.
Hey.
He tells me when
Respect in this courtroom.
He tells me he'll watch her during emergency and while I work. That's a babysitter. She
Why?
don't need a babysitter.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I
You know what?
apologize, Your Honor.
You know what?
I apologize.
It's obvious. You don't have much respect for yourself from the way you have behaved. But I'm going to tell you now one more time or you will have your disrespectful self out on the curb. Stop cursing in this courtroom. Have you reached out to any of the possible other fathers to say Brooklyn
No.
could be yours?
No, I don't want to find him.
Regardless
I
of what
made
they are, she
mistakes.
cannot
I
find
made
them.
mistakes. I forgive myself. I carry myself in a manner that is respectful. I hold my
You
head
do?
up high.
Is that why you're cursing in the courtroom?
Because he makes me so angry with rage. He's trying to make me seem like I'm keeping her from him. I broke up with him.
Broken up and
This
sleeping
is
with my friends is still
He's
cheating.
talking about an adult relationship.
So let me ask you this.
No,
You were
I
broken
admit I
up.
was immature.
Why
I was
is it that
stupid.
you have to sleep with people he knows? That's just nasty. All the men in the world, you want to go out and do your
A lot
thing.
of the stuff that I did was just nasty and disrespectful to myself. But what I'm saying
Oh,
is I'm
wouldn't
trying
that
to
be
change.
what I just said? Now, you got all the answers, but you're still getting it wrong right now.
I understand.
I'm trying to just hear your story. Now, Mr. Maltese, what I want to understand from you is, are you paying support? Are you helping with this child? You are required legally to
Then
help
why did I
care
have
for
to
the
pay you?
I
child.
have no
Then why did
problem
I have to
watching
Are
my
pay
you
child.
helping?
Yes,
No,
In what
not
way?
This month.
the past month, no, I have not been helping because she won't let me see her.
Because he called me last month, Your Honor. I lost my car. It was in the shop. I needed him to keep her overnight. For the first time in 5 months, I asked him, keep her overnight, please. I work nights. I cannot go get her on the bus and take her home on the bus late at night. I don't care, Natalie. Come get your kid. I don't want this kid in my house. He left voicemails
Did you say
on my
that?
he left voicemails on my phone of my daughter crying, dad. Like, what am I gonna think as a mother that's happening to my child?
Did that happen, Mr. Maltese?
Yes, it has, Your Honor.
I want to know what happened that you will call this woman
Okay.
with her child crying in the background saying, come get your baby.
That's
when
because
you
she-
have a declaration of paternity that says it's your baby.
That's because she uses me to watch the child while she goes out
He
and has
hangs
multiple
out
sex
all
with
the
different
time.
people.
And what he's talking about is when we were together, I lied to him. We were together. He doesn't want to let me go hang out. He doesn't want to let me be 20 years old because I am 20 years old. He
But
can't.
at the
He's
time-
obsessed with me. Obsessed with me. He can't get over me.
Hold on.
'Cause I'm just
Mr.
trying to make-
Maltese,
the baby don't
let
live-
me ask you this. When you're with Brooklyn,
Yes.
do you feel like she looks like you, that she could be your biological child?
The only thing that I think resembles me is her curly hair.
And
To
those
me,
eyes, the eye
She
shape.
looks Asian
Look at
to
his
me.
squinty little
She
eyes.
has a clenched chin,
Look
which I
at
don't
those,
have.
look at those.
I shave my beard just to see if I have a little clenched chin. I don't have it. She doesn't have one.
She's a baby.
The other
She doesn't even
guy,
have that
the other guy
dimple
she had a
anymore.
threesome with has slanted eyes and has that clenched chin.
Before we go to
At
the
the
results,
temple.
because that's the only thing that's going to resolve this, I do want to hear from your witness. Ma'am, please stand. We've heard that you are her mom.
Yes,
So,
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Phillips,
Yes, Your Honor.
please just tell me briefly what you have to add.
Well, he is a deadbeat because I've been there. I've supported my daughter in this. He
Did I
didn't help.
I paid bills in your house. I paid rent
All
in your
right,
house.
wait a
So
minute.
I
Hold
paid
on,
your
wait,
car
wait.
note.
Let's get some order.
I paid your car note.
Let's get some order.
He signed that birth certificate. When you sign that birth certificate, you own up. You don't just
He
back off
adopted
and
her.
abandon
He adopted
her.
her.
What happened now,
You're
she don't let me see the child.
Ms.
She
Phillips,
keeps
thank
it
you
from
so
me.
much for your testimony. Thank
You're
you. You may
welcome.
be seated.
Thank you.
That was my daughter's best friend, and then he just disappeared. Like, my daughter would go up to the door, hit the keys to the door, and say, Dada. She doesn't even say Dada anymore.
Because you keep it from me.
Because he wanted to say, come get your kid from my house, and then 3 weeks later, he wanted to say, I want to see my kid. I miss her. I want to see her. Because I told him, she's calling other
know
men
where we
Dada.
live.
Hold on. When he calls back 3 weeks later and says, I really want to see my daughter.
He wants me to
No,
cancel.
no. Now you be quiet and let me
Yes,
talk.
Your Honor.
And they have a car.
I
I
and
don't.
you too.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Boo-hoo for you.
Both of you running your mouths and ain't talking about nothing. Nothing.
Welcome to my life for the last 3 years since I was 17.
But it's not my life.
Yeah, I
and it's
know.
not
And
the life of this courtroom. And if you're any kind of mother, you'll make sure it's not Brooklyn's life.
I try.
Okay.
I don't want my daughter growing up hearing him call me
Then
those
that,
treasures
for
like-
that reason, you need to do a lot less of this and running that mouth and a lot more of this, which means looking into your heart and saying to yourself, I may be angry with this man. I may be disappointed in the way he performed. But if he calls and says, I would love to see my daughter, and I
So
know
he can
my
do what my dad
daughter,
did to me.
and
he
I
can come
don't-
in and out, and break
listen.
her heart every time he leaves. Since I was 7, my dad decided, I quit, Natalie. I don't want to be your dad anymore. And I see it. It's like me all over again. Since my dad left and didn't want me, I've been searching for a father. I know what it's like to be a little girl and want her dad in her life.
And I want to be there. You don't want me
And
in there.
he wants to do what my dad did to me and say, I love you so much and I want to be there. And then he wants to say, come get your kid. And then he wants to be there and then he doesn't want to be there. I can't deal with it. My daughter doesn't know it now, but she will. She's going to grow up seeing him come in and out of her life, and I won't put up with that. My mom shouldn't
That's
have put
if
up with
I'm her
that for
child,
me.
if I'm her
My
father.
dad should have called my mom.
Everybody in this
She should have
audience
just
could
let
be
him
a father.
disappear. I would have been so much better off. She just let him disappear because he broke my heart multiple times, and this is the only other man besides my dad that's broken my heart, and I'm going to watch him do it to my little girl. I'm going to watch that happen to my little girl.
The only way that little girl's heart's going to get broken if I'm not her father.
Do you understand why he may have doubt?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand
That's
that.
what I just want you to understand. And ultimately, as you can see, this has wreaked havoc on the both of you. You both up here looking like a wreck and acting like a mess. And yet, the person that is hurting the most in this is Brooklyn. And I want to get the results so she can have the truth because she deserves it. Jerome, the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Phillips versus Maltese, when it comes to 1-year-old Brooklyn Maltese Phillips, Mr. Maltese, you are her father.
That's all I wanted to know.
A month of your life wasted. You better make it up.
You're the one that kept it from me. Should have kept it from me.
What do you have to say, Mr. Maltese?
I'm very happy to know that she's my daughter.
No more babysitting. You better be a dad.
The reason why I doubted her is because she had threesomes with multiple guys.
Let me say this to you before we adjourn. The sins of your father, what he got wrong, you put that onto him when that may not truly be his intention. I'll give you that. He may be a little controlling. You all need to work on that. But just allow him to be Brooklyn's father and judge him on that. If you give him the opportunity, and Mr. Maltese, I don't care what feelings or what issues you have with what Miss Phillips is doing. She's 20 years old. She got a lot more mistakes to make. I hate to tell you.
I moved on, Your Honor.
No, that's not my point. What I'm saying is she's not always going to get it perfectly either. But I
Yes, I
tell
know
you
that.
what is pure and what is perfect. That little girl.
Yes,
Are
of
we
course.
clear?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Let's work together. Court is adjourned. Mr. Wiggins, you and your identical twin brother are here today for the results of paternity tests regarding 3-year-old Zaylin Davis.
Yes, ma'am.
You both claim you had sexual relations with the defendant, Cecily Williams, and say you believe one of you may have fathered her child.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Williams, you recall having sex with only one of the twins.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you claim you are confident he's your son's father, and you're asking him to step up when you prove it here today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, the court has ordered a full investigation, including a polygraph test to determine the extent of this alleged sexual relationship. Mr. Brian Wiggins.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to start with you. Do you believe the child is your son or your nephew?
I truly don't believe that he's my son, and I truly don't know if he's my nephew or not. So, you
Why?
know, let me explain to you. We live in Las Vegas, and during the week, the hotel rooms is very cheap. So, you know, I went ahead and booked a room, and I called my brother. I let him know. I'm like, yo, I got some girls coming through. I went and got him. We went and got the drink. We went and got some trees or whatever. We went back to the room.
I won't even ask. Keep going.
Our company, her and her friends came
Okay,
over.
finally. So she's one of the girls you having come over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and?
And we all was basically hanging out, chilling inside the hotel room. We was drinking, we was smoking, and it got to a point where it kind of turned down. One of her friends left, one of our friends left, and at this point, I'm kind of on the couch. I'm faded, you know, been drinking all night, so I'm kind of slumped over, you know. I'm passing out at this point. I'm on the couch
Sounding like
passing
a
out.
recipe for a disaster. Or a paternity case.
Come the next morning, you know, we say our goodbyes or whatever, and me and my brother, we still got a little bit of time left on the room. So we hanging out. He tells me, he was like, yo, you know, I smashed Cecily last night. I'm like, what? You know, at first I didn't believe him really. You know, I thought he was kind of playing.
So hold on, because at the time, Ms. Williams was your friend.
Yes.
You all had a sexual
He's
relationship.
just mad because I smashed first, so he got
Your
a little
Honor,
jelly.
I object. I never had sex with him ever. Look at him. Why would I want to have sex with you?
I look like
you
him.
need to stop lying. You need to stop lying. He's a better looking twin. He's a better looking twin.
And you see
You
that?
don't have anything
and you
going
see
for
that's the
yourself.
thing. That's my thing. I know the powers me and my brother possesses. So I know,
Powers?
you know,
Powers?
You like one, you like the other, Your Honor.
basically,
No,
'cause we
no,
look,
no.
we
That's
look
how it
just
goes
alike.
usually.
So, you know, I know the powers he possesses. I know the powers I possess. So
You obviously don't have the power to know which one of you is the father. So let me go to Marcus Wiggins. How did this situation go down?
Well, Your Honor, when the night kind of winded down and everybody started passing out, you know, Cecily was still turned up. So, you know, I seen in my eyes like, okay, she must be the pop-off of the group. So, one thing led to another. We ended up in the bathroom and I smashed, took her down. Wasn't
Why
that
you
hard.
keep on Why do you keep on lying?
Real, come
Your
on
Honor,
now.
this is not the first time he's
honest,
been
though.
trying to make these lies up about me. He's trying to destroy our relationship. He's jealous of our relationship. He
Was
wants
we the
to be
last
with
ones
me.
hanging out in the
Yes,
night?
we was the last one hanging out, but
Was
I
he
went.
drinking?
You went to in somewhere else. I don't even know where you was at.
This is your brother's girl. They had at least a sexual relationship
Well,
coming into this day of partying.
Well, at this time, my brother, he actually had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
You know, and it's a code of honor we have.
oh, I'd love to hear
And,
that.
you know, so if it's
Doesn't sound like anything is honorable about this party, but I'm
Honorable.
listening. What is the code of honor?
well, basically is what he's saying is, if that ain't your girlfriend, then it's,
Right.
it's open play. She's
Okay,
open.
I
She's
get
up
it.
for a
All
twin
right, so I
bang.
understand between the two of you, if it's not your girlfriend, then it's fair game. Either one of you can sleep with them or have sex or whatever
Yeah.
you all want to
They
do.
get twin
Moving
bangs.
forward. So after this night, do you continue to have a relationship with Ms. Williams?
Well, after that night, when my brother told me, you know, what he did, I wasn't really mad at him. I just didn't really believe him. So
Oh,
when
you didn't?
It was actually two
Hold
occasions,
on.
Your Honor.
Why didn't you believe your brother when he told
Well,
you
because
he
my
had
brother
sex
has
with her?
you know, sometimes he stretches the truth a little bit. You know, I didn't really
on
quite
now.
believe it all the way until I talked to her. When I asked her about it, you know, the reaction she gave me was like, no, what are you talking about? I wouldn't do anything like that. And, you know,
That's a reaction
That's
when
a
somebody...
reaction. I never did anything.
well, it was the facial expression. I didn't really believe it.
How you
So
know
wait a
my
minute,
facial-
Ms.
Your Honor, she
Williams.
woke up next
when,
to me.
Hold on. Ms. Williams, when Brian confronted you, what did you say?
I said, what? What are you talking about? I would never do anything like that. Why would I have sex with your brother? And he was cussing me out. He called me so many sluts and whores.
So now
he wouldn't let
that
me talk.
night, he said that you all were, his word was faded.
Yes.
Do you remember whether you had sex with his brother?
No, I did not have sex with him after we drunk and we was talking
See, but-
and no,
That's
no.
that's
See,
the
nothing.
thing.
You're
That's the
you
thing.
wasn't there,
My
so you
problem
cannot
is,
say anything.
I know her. She likes to
You
have
know
sex.
me.
It wasn't hard.
You know
I
me.
know that
you
she.
try to have sex. No.
She
You
likes-
try to have sex with me. Where were you think
That's
you
'cause
was
you
at
like
last
it.
night?
She could be mad at me, yelling at me all day, and come the end of the night, I slide in, and I'm gonna have. She's not gonna turn me down.
It's
So
not
my
hard,
thing
Your
is,
Honor.
I know if she drinking a little bit, and you know she buzzing a little bit, she already got that sex fire in her, and so the alcohol is just gonna infuse it even more. And if she, at the time, you know, I felt that she had a lot of feelings
And-
for me, and if he's up and he looks just like me, you know, why wouldn't he be able to smash?
That's
So
untrue.
your point is there very well could have been the opportunity for that to happen.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Williams, I have to remind you that in your statement to the court, you said that you really don't remember exactly everything that went down that night, and you possibly could have had sex.
There were other nights that we did do the same things, you know, and I could have possibly slept with them because they do look alike. They do look alike, and I was drunk, so, you know.
Why is a young lady sitting up with boys in a hotel room getting so drunk that you don't know whether or not you had sex with one twin or another?
I was young then. I made stupid decisions and things like that. So I can't really, you know, justify my actions because I was young and I did do stupid things. I was with Brian, and that's who I wanted to be with. That's who I
Well,
was
look,
trying
Your
to be
Honor.
with.
I'm glad you said that you were young and made stupid decisions. And I'm hoping that you understand that that's not what ladies do.
That's not. I understand
That's not what
that.
women do. That's what stupid girls do.
Yes.
Okay? Mr. Wiggins, how did you find out that Ms. Williams was pregnant?
We stopped talking for a few months, and I decided to give her a call. I gave her a call. She said, yeah, I'm pregnant. I went to the doctor. I got the paper of the ultrasound and everything. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Meet me at this place. Bring the paper. Because I wanted to see her, and I wanted to see the paper. So about an hour later, we meet up, and she says, oh, I forgot the paper. And she's very small and petite, and that's how she looked. It was no baby bump or anything.
So when she got off the bus and she was still petite and didn't have the paper, you said, oh, she's lying.
Yeah, she just
He
wanted to
never-
see me,
Your Honor,
basically.
he never really even cared because around that time, he was not with the girl that he said is supposedly his girlfriend. Her baby and my son is only 9 months apart. So he didn't really care anything about me because I was always second to him. And when the baby came along, the baby started being second. So he never really cared about me or the baby.
So bottom line is you did not hear from her.
I didn't hear from her. I lost all contact
So,
with her.
Ms. Williams, how did you finally tell him about Zaylin?
Well, I actually seen him on a bus, actually when my child was 1. And when I seen him, he asked about him. He was like, did you have the baby? And I said, yes. I also showed him pictures in my phone of Zaylin. And he was like, oh, he looks like my side of the family. He looks like my family.
I didn't say anything like that.
Oh, wow. So you didn't say anything like that,
I didn't say anything
Brian.
like that. I
You didn't say anything like that.
I was asking about her. And then that's when she was like, you want to see your son? I'm like, my son? Then she pulls out her phone and starts showing me pictures.
The
and my
first
reaction
question
was
you asked was, did I have the baby or not?
No, I didn't ask if
You
you
never
had the baby
asked
because I
that,
wasn't
Brian.
even thinking
You
about
never
the
asked
baby.
that?
I
You're
wasn't even
lying.
thinking about the
Okay,
baby.
all right.
When she showed me the phone, I'm looking at the pictures, I'm going through them. I'm like, okay, she did have him. He don't look nothing like me, you know?
It don't look nothing like him, Your Honor. But the next day, Your Honor, this is the picture of him and our son. The next day after I told him he had a baby.
Jerome, let
The
me
next
see that
day.
picture.
And if he didn't believe that was his son, why would he meet up with me and do all this? We was at
Did
the
you meet
library.
up with
Yes, I did because
her and Zaylin?
at the same time, I knew it may be a possibility. That's when I started thinking more, and then that night started coming back to me. I'm like, hold up. You know, I'm trying to do math, which I'm not good at, but I'm trying to, you know, count it up. I'm like, hold on. You know, it's just not sitting well with me, you know? I'm like,
Actually, Your Honor, I had sex with Cecily on 2 different occasions. At the hotel room that night, and I seen her a couple of weeks later at the smoke shop, and I took her down in the car again.
No one had sex with you,
So
Marcus.
when my brother initially told me that she was pregnant, that's when I light went off in my head. Like, wow, well, if she's saying you did that, then it's probably a possibility that I could be. But just knowing her track record, knowing her and how easy it was and things like that, I think she's just like flipping a coin and just picking anybody.
So do you all think that you're the only 2 possibilities, or could there be more?
See, that's my thing. Our relationship was we never had any type of commitment. We had sex, we hung out, and that was it. You know, after I met him and we start talking more. She had a boyfriend at the time, and then when they broke up, me and her, we started talking more. And I asked her one day, I said, oh, let me see Zaylin's birth certificate. She was kind of hesitant to showing me. I have it right here, as a matter of fact. She was kind of hesitant
Jerome,
to
let me
showing
see
me.
that.
Because I'm looking at the birth certificate, I see where it says father, and it says Nicholas Davis. I'm like, yo,
That's
who's
not even
Nicholas
her
Davis?
last
Your
name.
Honor, honestly,
This is Zaylin's birth certificate?
yes.
And under father, it does not say any Wiggins brother.
My father, he actually died a couple years ago. And my father changed his name at the last minute. His name was Davis. He asked me on his deathbed, can I put my son's last name as his so it could be his and he can be in the last generation?
no one-
Okay, hold on. That's not what I'm asking you, though. Are you stating in this courtroom you have never slept with another person other than these 2 twins, so there's no other man that could potentially be your child's father?
No, I got with someone after I found out I was already pregnant. A week before I found out I was pregnant, that's when I got with someone. But I was never with no one. When I was messing around with Brian, I was only messing around with Brian. I never messed with anyone else.
So just a week before you found out you were pregnant, you did have sex with somebody else?
Yes.
And how far along were you when you actually found out you were pregnant?
I was already like 3 weeks, almost a month.
And my thing is, she had, you know, she knew my whole name. She knew my name. Why wouldn't she just write Brian Wiggins? So that way
Because
he
why
could
would
look
I
at
wanna
his
do
birth
that?
certificate
No one,
and see
you
his
didn't want to be
dad's name
around.
and not just
You
a
didn't want
random
to be around. Did you realize that you sold me a dream in the beginning? You told me you wanted to be with me. You told me that we was gonna be together. But at the end of the day, you left me for the other girl. Not only did I play second in the beginning when I did get a child or whatever, how many times have I been asking you for a DNA test? How many times? Not only that, my son is second. Everything is about your daughter. Your daughter this, your daughter that. You call your daughter every day, but let us break up for a couple weeks, several weeks, you know? You would never call,
she
never
doesn't-
call.
what she doesn't
Christmas
understand-
time, my baby don't see you. Thanksgiving time, my baby don't see you. birthdays, my baby don't see you unless I call you. If I'm not messing around with you, you're not giving the baby the chance. And that's not
That's
fair.
Nicholas'
That's
baby.
not cool.
Okay, but what she doesn't
Hold
understand.
on now, hold on. Look, the point is this child still deserve to know who his father was if you were so sure? What it seems like to me is that maybe you weren't so sure.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What do you have to say before the results?
You know, what she has to understand is that I was there with my daughter from day one. I met Zaylin at 1 year old. She wanted me to instantly become, you know, super dad. And it's hard to do that when I'm just meeting him.
Was a part of the issue because you had doubts.
Yes.
So that's what this courtroom is about, is getting down to the bottom of the situation, but also alleviating the doubt. And there's a lot of it here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Jerome, I'm ready for the results.
Me too.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. When it comes to 3-year-old Zaylin Davis, as to whether one of the Wiggins twin brothers or another man is his biological father, it has been determined that one of the Wiggins twins is the father. Now, because identical twins share the exact same DNA, genetically, it is impossible to determine which twin is the biological father without further investigation. We had a member of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office and a licensed polygraph examiner do a full investigation, including a polygraph test. Based upon the genetic evidence, as well as the results of the polygraph test, this court has determined that Mr. Brian Wiggins is the biological father.
Told you.
Now you seem emotional, sir.
I have built, you know, over the past year or two, I have built a relationship with him. I felt it couldn't go as close as me and my daughter the whole time because I just really didn't know. I just didn't know. And by you telling me that right now, it kind of brought a lot of love that was missing at first.
That's what this courtroom is about. Alleviating the doubt to elevate the love, right?
Yes.
I must say this. When you think of identical twins, you know, the beauty of it and what people always admire is that they share everything. They dress alike sometimes, they look alike, they like to do the same things often. But there's something that twins should not share. And that would be sexual partners.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Williams, before I go, I have to tell you. Now, you know good and well when you were with this boy that he had another relationship and another baby. Because he doesn't jump up first place in line and say, I want to be with you and be with my child. Now you got an attitude because you feel second. You signed on for second. So don't be mad when your child ends up being second. And that's where your actions affect your child. You didn't like it when your child had to wear it, did you?
No, I did not.
It didn't feel good at all because as a mother, you know your child deserves to be first in its parents' heart and mind. Are we
Yes.
clear?
Yes.
And I want you to figure out how to raise this child together so that it can have a healthy, happy life and put all of this mess behind you. Are we clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Your
Your
Court
Honor.
is adjourned.